Hello, I'm Evan Nolan, the president and co-founder of the United States Athletics Hall of Fame, here another returning nominee for the class of 2024. Considered by many to be the fastest woman of all time, Florence Griffith Joyner was born December 21st, 1959 in Los Angeles, California. Now, she grew up in the Watts neighborhood, the seventh of 11 children of a seamstress and electrician, and she was a personality from the very beginning. She used to sew her own Barbie clothes, she'd ride a unicycle to and from the store, and once, I am not making this up, she got thrown out of a mall for wearing a snake around her neck. Now, her running career started at a young age as well. Her family actually took a trip out to the Mojave Desert, and there were jackrabbits, but her dad just told her to go chase them. She actually caught one. She was 5. Back at elementary school, she joined the Sugar Ray Robinson organization and would start competing at meets on weekends. Her success would come early. She'd actually win the Jesse Owens National Youth Games as both a 14 and a 15-year-old. She'd attend Jordan High School in Los Angeles, where she would set school records in both sprinting and the long jump. After graduation, she took her talents to Cal State Northridge, where she'd be coached by Bob Kersey, who would later marry Jackie Joyner Kersey. She would be part of their NCAA winning track team there as a freshman for having to drop out and take a job as a bank teller to support her family. Kersey would move on to UCLA and get Griffith a scholarship there. And as a junior in 1982, Flo-Jo would win the NCAA title in the 200 meters. The next year, she'd finish second in the same event, but she'd win the 400-meter NCAA title. Internationally, Griffith's story is one of continued improvement. She would qualify for the 1980 Olympics in Moscow, only for the United States to boycott. In 1982, her senior year in college, she'd make the U.S. team again and finish 4th in the World Championships. At the Los Angeles Games in 1984, she'd take home her first Olympic medal with a silver in the 200 meters, finishing behind teammate Valerie Briscoe-Hooks. In 1987 World Championships in Rome, she won the gold in the 4x100 and silver in the 200 meters, this time finished behind East Germany's Silke Gladish. Then came 1988, the year she went from one of the best to the top of the track pyramid. In the preparation for the 1988 Olympics, she'd shattered teammate Evelyn Ashford's 100-meter record by over a quarter of a second, setting it at 10.49 seconds, which 36 years later still stands at the women's 100-meter world record. By the way, the next fastest time since that day was Florence Griffith Joyner's time the very next day when she ran at 10.61. Now, the Seoul Games are the pinnacle of her career. She'd won gold in the 100 meters, the 200 meters, the 4x100, and silver in the 4x400. By the way, in that 200 meters, she'd set the world record in the semifinals and then break it in the finals the next day. That record of 21.34 seconds still stands as well. Flo-Jo would win the James E. Sullivan Award and then retire the next year to pursue other opportunities, particularly in fashion. Now, she'd attempt to come back in 1996 as a 36-year-old in an attempt to get the 400-meter world record as well, but would have to retire again due to tendinitis. Sadly, just 2 years later, she'd die of complications from an epileptic seizure at the far too young age of only 38. But she still reigns as the fastest woman in recorded history. A member of the USA Track and Field Hall of Fame and the US Olympics Hall of Fame, she finished at number 31 in our voting last year. Surely this will be the year that she joins our hall as well. Now, you can vote for Florence Griffith Joyner or any of our other nominees for United States Athletics Hall of Fame at www.theusahof.com. That's the United States Athletics Hall of Fame.com. Voting continues between now and we close our polls on December 1st, so vote as often as you like, as long as it's only once a day. I'll be back soon with another nominee, but until then, take care.